We're starting tonight with a developing story out of Minnesota. Authorities in Monoman County are investigating after a woman died and 3 other people overdosed in the last 24 hours. The sheriff's office says 23-year-old Marissa Sargent of Naytahwaush is dead from an apparent heroin overdose. They're also looking into 3 other overdoses on the White Earth Reservation. Law enforcement is asking anyone with information about those overdoses to call them. You can reach the Monoman County Sheriff's Office at 218-935-2255 or White Earth Police 218-983-3281. We've got a crew on the way to Monoman County right now, and we'll be talking with law enforcement about their plans on how to deal with these incidents. You can look for updates on this story online and tonight on Valley News Live at 9, on Fargo CW, and 10 at 10. A Minnesota fugitive sex offender has been arrested by authorities in Colorado. They say 27-year-old Kyle Mazuko, formerly of Oakley, was arrested Wednesday morning by police in Hugo, Colorado. Mazuko had a warrant out for his arrest from the Minnesota Department of Corrections for failure to register. The sheriff's office says he did not notify authorities when he left his home in Oakley in February of this year. Authorities say Mazuko will be brought back to Minnesota once he waives extradition. The Barnes County Sheriff's Office is notifying the public that a registered sex offender is living at 230 2nd Street in Eccleston, North Dakota. Trisha Lynn Bliss is listed as a moderate risk and was convicted in Southeast District Court back in 2014 on 2 counts of gross sexual imposition, both felonies. The victim was a 14-year-old male. It's Friday and time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say Reyna Perez is wanted for probation violation and possessing drug paraphernalia. You can call your local law enforcement if you have any information on her. As we head to outdoor events this evening, most of us will be okay with the weather, but tomorrow is a slightly different story. Let's get the details on tonight first from Justin.
And thank you, Andrea. Good evening, everybody. Today, not bad out there. Plenty of sunshine. A little different than yesterday, though. We didn't have the wind, and temperatures well below where they were yesterday. We're near normal for this time of year. We're at our high right now of 58 in Fargo, 57 Jamestown, 49 at Devil's Lake, and a 53 out toward Bemidji. Now let's take a look at the satellite loop. Most of us clear right now, including the James River Valley, the Southern Valley, and portions of northwestern Minnesota and Lakes Country. We're seeing an increase in the clouds and a few passing sprinkles into the Devil's Lake Basin, and that is it for the moisture. As we make our way through this evening, clear skies will start to cloud up, temperatures falling from the lower 50s into the mid 40s. Most of us are going to stay dry during the overnight period. We have some rain moving through as we go through the day on Saturday, possibly ending, mixing with some snow. And then after that, very dry and warm. We'll have the details coming up later in the newscast.
It's that snow that everyone's concerned about, right?
Yeah, we'll look into where they have the best chance of getting some snow coming up.
All right, thanks, Justin. A few of this year's Halloween costumes are causing outrage on the internet. From Border Patrol costumes to pregnant celebrities, many people aren't happy about how some are planning to dress up. But there's one costume out there striking up a debate about sexualizing young girls. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson shows us what people are getting mad about.
This costume, called Upside Down Honey, is supposed to be Eleven, a character from the Netflix show Stranger Things. But the thing is, she's only 12 years old, and people aren't too happy about a 12-year-old getting sexualized.
I can concur, I agree.
People on Twitter say the costume has crossed the line. One person saying, she's a child. Hashtag pull it from the shelves.
Honestly, you can be offended by anything, so I do think people are a little too sensitive. But when it comes to the kids, anything under 13 it should definitely be censored.
Of course, I wouldn't wear it because I don't have the body for that, but it's cute. I like it a lot.
Others are offended by this Party City costume, The Wall. Meanwhile, in Las Vegas, many are hoping costume shops will pull play guns off the shelves, saying it's a sensitive time. One school board in Ontario went so far as to send a checklist home to parents for dressing up. Does your child's costume represent a stereotype? Does it involve changing the color of their skin, mock transgender people, Or is it based on a tragic or violent event?
It's the way things are, unfortunately.
While many are hoping people will think twice before dressing up in this 11 costume, others say it's really not a big deal.
Because it's a time for you to get to dress up, be whatever you want, and have fun and get candy.
Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Area schools tell us many classrooms do not have dress-up days anymore for kids, but for the ones that do, parents are asked to make sure the costume is appropriate. No masks or weapons either. The North Dakota Insurance Commissioner says President Trump's plan to halt payments to insurers under the Obama-era health care law could cause some serious issues for people in the state. The executive order could raise health insurance costs as much as 10% for up to 42,000 state residents. The commissioner plans to ask insurers who sell individual policies to absorb some of the impact to keep costs down for consumers. But this move also has the potential to bring another insurer back to North Dakota. Medica earlier announced it was leaving due to uncertainty over the cost-sharing reductions. Those subsidies help make insurance affordable for people with modest incomes. Minnesota is part of a joint lawsuit filed against the action. The North Dakota Attorney General's office is not commenting on whether it is included. President Trump announced the Iran nuclear deal is not in the United States' best security interest, so he's decertifying the deal the Obama administration agreed to. Seth Lemon has more details from the White House.
Today, that we cannot and will not make this certification.
President Trump says he is decertifying the Iran nuclear deal, but he's not going to follow through with his campaign promise to tear the deal up for now.
In the event we are not able to reach a solution working with Congress and our allies, then the agreement will be terminated.
In addition to decertifying the deal, the U.S. issued new sanctions against Iran's Revolutionary Guard, which the White House says is a sponsor of terrorism. It places new sanctions on Iran's ballistic missile program, which is separate from the nuclear deal. And the decision starts a 60-day countdown for Congress to decide whether to reinstitute new sanctions against Iran. The White House has been working with Senators Bob Corker of Tennessee and Tom Cotton from Arkansas to draft new legislation to fix what they call flaws in the pact. Critics worry the decision could allow Iran to opt out of the deal and start working on nuclear weapons again.
President Trump's refusal to recertify is a grave mistake that threatens America's security and our credibility at a very critical time.
Iran and America's European allies who co-signed the deal say they will not renegotiate the pact. Seth Lemon for CBS News, the White House.
Senator Corker says he expects to be able to introduce the new legislation within 2 weeks. Remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.